Hi everyone, it's Heidi from HB Papercrafts here with project number 6 of the 12 Days of Christmas. I have this simple little wreath card for you tonight, just using the all-around wreath dies, which you've seen me use before, and then I also use the Rustic Retreat. So we're using the Christmas sentiment out of the Rustic Retreat set. Alright, so here is what we will need. We need a piece of crumb cake that's 5.5 by 8.5, and of course that's our card base. We need a piece of designer series paper, and this is out of the Magnolia set. Again, I just love this green out of that Magnolia set, so it's pretty versatile. We have a piece of, oh goodness gracious, I used cherry cobbler, and this one is 3.25 by 3.25. And then you also need a scrap of the cherry cobbler length. This size doesn't really matter, but you want it about 4.25 inches long because it's going to go across your card. I have another piece of crumb cake that's 3.5 by 3.5, and then I have 2 wreaths that I cut out of Whisper White. All right, so let's start with the card base. And we'll just go ahead and we'll assemble this bottom piece. So all I'm going to do is just stick a little bit of adhesive on one end of my DSP going right along, and that's going to adhere my piece of cherry cobbler. And I sort of chewed it up with my trimmer, so I'm going to cover up that piece. And you can show as much or as little as you want. I just wanted a little bit poking out there. And then we can glue that right on to our card base here, like so. All right, so the next piece we're going to use is our crumb cake right here, and I'm going to use soft suede. We're going to stamp the Sending Warm Christmas Wishes right in the center. Hopefully I don't get my head in the video here. Let's, right in the center there. That's not too bad. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink around the edges just to give it a more aged look. And I think it's the white space. I do this on a lot of my projects. I think it's the blank space that maybe throws me off. I think I ink everything at this point, but I just like the look of it. So, all right, so we inked around this piece, and that's it. That's all there is for stamping. So then we can go ahead and adhere this piece to our other piece of cherry cobbler. Right there. Right, now for the wreaths, I wanted to give it a little bit even more dimension, so I took some scraps of my dimensionals and I put it underneath. So I'm just going to use like the little pieces. You could use the mini dimensionals and cut those up as well. This is just what I happen to have right handy. And I'm just going to put it in spots where they're not going to show on some bigger leaves. All the way around. And probably one more here, up here. And then we'll take those off. And then I did go ahead and when I go to adhere this onto the other wreath, I staggered it a little bit so that it's not matchy-matchy with the one underneath it. It's sort of filling in a little bit from the wreath that's underneath it. So it gives it just a little bit of a fuller effect. And I also took and I folded up in a few places the top wreath. Not that this is going to stay this way once you stick it in an envelope, but I did like how it looked there. So it'll press down a little bit when you put it in an envelope, but it just gives it a little bit of dimension. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the back of this bottom wreath in a couple of spots. I'm going to hit it with the liquid glue. And that's going to keep it from popping off your card. This liquid glue is pretty reliable when you want to make sure everything stays in place, because once it's down, it's not coming off. And I'm going to center my wreath over my sending warm Christmas wishes, like so. And then this piece is going to get adhered right onto the card. And to finish it off, I took some bling, some little clear crystals, and I actually colored them with my old olive blends, just to make them, give them a little bit of color. And this is alcohol ink, so of course it's going to stick, and it will also dry fairly quickly. So we'll just adhere this in a couple of spots all the way around. 'Tis the season in my neighborhood. You can probably hear snow machines and whatnot going in the background. Four-wheelers, everybody's outside. Looks like I didn't space those really well, so I actually want one more. I don't know if you can hear the four-wheelers in the background. It's a busy neighborhood. All right, so there it is. Just a quick and simple little Christmas card using the wreath dies and the Rustic Retreat stamp set. I love this sentiment, sending warm Christmas wishes. It's really pretty set. I love it. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for tuning in once again. I hope you are enjoying these videos. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a great night. Thanks so much. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.